Hello and welcome to the Berkshire Record Office, where we look after the historical records for the county. I'm Imogen and I'm one of the archivists here, and we'll be taking you on a behind-the-scenes tour of the Searchroom, Strongrooms and Conservation Studio. The Berkshire Record Office was formed in 1948, but we moved into our current premises in 2001. This building was custom built for us and was opened by Princess Anne. This is our search room where members of the public can come in and do research. Over here is our reference library, which holds transcripts and publications on local and family history that can assist you with your research. And then over here we have the issue desk, where we count out and hand out documents. We hold a broad range of records, such as records of Reading Prison, local history records, such as the Steed and Map, school records, business records, and even the archive of the Yellow Pages. We have PCs to search our catalogue and online subscriptions to Ancestry, Find My Past and the British Newspaper Archive. We also have microfilm and microfiche readers to access copies of parish registers and other records. And last, we have finding aids such as the parish index and paper versions of our catalogues. This is our map table where we roll out large maps and other large items. It also houses our OS collection of maps. This year's theme for Heritage Open Day is Astonishing Inventions, so we've got a few records out for you. One of our most popular resources for those doing research on their family history are the numerous parish registers we hold. They contain key information about individuals, baptisms, marriages and burials. Jethro Tull was an agriculturalist and an inventor who spent much of his life in Berkshire. He perfected the horse-drawn seed drill and invented a horse-drawn hoe, which he wrote about in his publication titled The New Horse Hoeing Husbandry, published in 1731. These methods helped bring about the agricultural revolution. He died in 1740/41 and was buried in Basildon St Bartholomew. His burial entry, seen here, includes a memo noting the contribution he made to agriculture. As I mentioned previously, we hold records from various Berkshire businesses, including Plenty's of Newbury. This business moved to Newbury around the turn of the 19th century when they were making agricultural equipment. In 1816, William Plenty launched an innovative lifeboat called the Experiment on the River Kennet, and the business soon became the most important manufacturer of lifeboats in the country. These plans and models relate to a design entered into the Duke of Northumberland competition in 1851 to find a satisfactory lifeboat. They were based on earlier designs of the Experiment, which unfortunately do not survive. Although concentrating on building other machinery, Plenty's continued to build lifeboats up until 1870, and the boats remained in service for much longer. This item shows the number of people saved by Plenty's lifeboats from an area in Devon from 1828 to 1850. We are now standing in one of our 6 on-site strongrooms where we store all of our documents. We store them by format rather than collection. For example, behind me you can see the long rolled maps. Flat items are stored in plan chests. Volumes are stored on shelves, and bundles in boxes. Each record is given a unique reference number, which corresponds to our catalogue and location database. For preservation reasons, we aim to keep the temperature of our strongrooms no greater than 16 degrees Celsius with a relative humidity around 60%. We do have one cooler strongroom for photographs, which we aim to keep below 14 degrees Celsius and a relative humidity of 45%. All our strongrooms contain roller racking to maximise space. This is our conservation studio where our specialist team work. They have 2 main types of work, preservation and conservation.
Preservation is a preventative type of work which includes cleaning, sellotape removal and repackaging to extend the life of a document. And conservation work is much more hands-on and includes washing and repairing documents so they can be handled safely in the Searchroom.
The studio is divided into two main areas. This is the dry area where the documents are either preserved or conserved. For example, a book may undergo repairs to the cover by replacing the old leather one with a new one whilst keeping the original style of the book. This is the wet area where documents are washed with water, but first the ink is tested to confirm if it's fugitive or not, and if the document is safe to wash. Some documents are repaired using the leaf caster. This is the process of making paper pulp or soup, blending with water and using gravity to draw the pulp into the missing areas to rebuild the paper. Here is a before and after of the bank book of Sir Thomas Stapleton. It had suffered significantly from water damage, which had caused the cover to shrink and the paper to become stained and weak. The iron gold ink was tested, and as it did not run in water, it was possible to wash each folio, stabilizing the papers and reducing the staining. Each paper was then treated to fill in missing areas before the book was sewn back into its original vellum laces with a new parchment cover added. We also have a darkroom where our reprographics assistant takes photographs of records for customer copy orders, but also to create accessible digital copies of records that cannot be produced in the Searchroom.
Thank you for joining us on this virtual tour. For more content and information on visiting us, please see our website and social media pages.